Welcome back, guys. Day 2 of the hard challenge. We're here. It's currently 1 p.m. Your boy already recorded the breath. I'll just take a picture of it. Didn't have really much good sleep today. I don't know. I went to bed around like 2 a.m. I woke up at like 10:30 and I was just like been running until like 12. Ate breakfast. I had some, put a picture somewhere here. Had some 3 scoops of oatmeal, 1 scoop of protein powder, chocolate flavor. Obviously, I think with three-fourths a cup of milk, and then after we microwave that beef, stir it up. 1 spoon of peanut butter, and then some chia seeds, guys. Make sure you're getting your fiber in. It's really important. Me personally, some stomach issues, being constipated. The fiber is really important, and drinking water, which I don't have right now, but I finished a gallon, like the Nike bottle. I finished 1 of those. I'm gonna drink like 2 more by today. But yeah, the first episode, I wonder how y'all guys liked it. I know that the reading part wasn't that good because the mic quality was not the best, but making sure that it's all improved and better now. Matter of fact, let me just double check this, make sure that the audio is crispy. Okay, so after doing a quick review, this mic is clearly better. I think the reason why this is damaged is because, I'm not gonna lie, I be going in the shower and like before I get wet, I like go on like TikTok. So like high key, the steam could have infected the mic. Anyways, day 2 hard challenge. We're getting it out the way. We could tussle through and get it started. So yesterday we read 10 pages of the 44 Laws of Peace. We're back at it. Now I'll put a timestamp like right here if you want to skip to me going to the workout. And special surprise for you guys, the outdoor workout today is going to be basketball. I'm going to be doing like a basketball workout today. I'm going to focus more on finishing, so just layups, not shooting, not yet anyways. More of dribbling and finishing, so stay tuned for that. But if you want to skip to the workout portion, skip over there. But I start reading to all of my viewers and loved ones. Okay, all right. Law 7. Strive to understand yourself. Study your emotions, actions, and reactions to events. Most people can identify what makes them sad, angry, or annoyed, but few have devoted time to understand why that specific thing makes them feel that way. People who go their life without examining themselves will find it hard to improve, for it is impossible to fix a thing without first determining it needs repair. Yeah, this is... I just need to be more tapped in. When it comes to my emotions, things can definitely make me angry or sad. But, at the end of the day, like, it's life, bro. Like, it happens, and one of the things or issues I had in the past was, like, I would, like, assume things that my friends or, like, people that I know would do, thinking that, oh, they're doing it because they don't like me, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? But I never really took the time to really ask them and be honest about it, and I just assumed that they would be like hurting me on purpose, and then I would hurt them on purpose, and they're like, yo, why is Pro acting like... But in my head, I'm thinking, okay, yo, they hurt me, blah, blah, blah. So, I definitely agree with that statement. Strive to understand yourself, and it's not like a one-stop journey. It's like a lifelong journey because, as we get older, we're going to be changing how we react to things, changing who we are, etc. All right, on to Law 8. Discipline is the key to freedom. Oh, here we go. My discipline is not the greatest. I'm going to be honest. You would be unstoppable if, in the face of temptation, laziness, and impulse, you held true to the path you set for yourself when you were free from such distractions. The only thing keeping you from becoming that person, a person you can be proud of, is discipline. Work to strengthen your will. Work towards keeping your promises to yourself. At the very least, work towards recognizing when you break promises to yourselves and others. The world is yours for the taking, but how can you expect to achieve anything of worth if you can't even conquer yourself? Yeah, my discipline ever since I've been alive. My discipline has not been the greatest. I've said so many things and I never followed through. I bros, sometimes I don't even make my own bed half the time. I just leave it as it is, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm reading this book now. It's kind of like making me like realize how much time I wasted. All those times that I was being lazy or like going to like temptation, whether it be like sexual or like eating or like playing games is cool, but like when you're overdoing it, putting aside other tasks to play games, I'm definitely guilty of that. Okay, law 9. Don't be in all talk. Just as important as keeping promises to yourself is working to keep every promise you make in general and learning not to make promises you can't keep or are unsure you can keep. Don't feel that you have a social obligation to promise your time to everyone and anyone who asks, even if they are a loved one. This doesn't mean that you can't offer your help to someone, but before making the commitment of a promise, make sure it's something you're willing to keep, even if you don't feel up to it when the day comes. It's better to say no than to offer a false promise. Otherwise, you will become someone who is all talk and no action. Talk is cheap. You should be better than that. Yeah, this is, bro. All these chapters hit a little too close to home because I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you guys don't know, my dad, he owns a body. Like, my dad is a mechanic. Not to get too personal, but he's a mechanic. He owns his own shop, and I'm not gonna lie. Like, my dad he's super busy, and like he comes home super late, and then he like comes home, he like watches TV and just sleeps like on the couch, and like, you know what I'm saying, like it's a cycle for him. And I feel so bad because like my mom be asking me, oh, like go help your father on your days off, but on my days off I'm like, I have other plans, right? But I remember last week I told my dad like, hey, I'll come help you Tuesday, Wednesday. Last week the Tuesday it was Canada Day, so like, I mean, my dad didn't go in, right? But the Wednesday I slept in, and I woke up at like 11 a.m. My dad was already gone. I'm like, damn. And instead of actually going, I just stayed home and did nothing, and I feel really bad. So yeah, I need to tee up on that. That's, yeah. Okay, law 10, meditate. Don't neglect the mind. We are quick to go on a diet after eating poorly or to work out when we notice a change in our physical ability. But how many treat the mind with the same care? Just as stretching ensures a better state of being for the body overall health, meditating provides similar benefits to the mind. Anxiety, anger, frustration, depression, and every other mental state of being, including the unending chatter of thoughts, can be made quiet through meditation. Most people are unaware of this and instead attempt to distract their mind with the consumption of media. That's me. However, distracting your mind with a flood of stimuli will not improve your state of being. Just as turning up the radio to mask the sound of a car failing engine does not fix the problem. The car will run poorly and the engine will eventually fail whether or not music is playing. Starting today, dedicate a portion of your daily routine to meditate. Specifically mindful meditation, a practice of purpose, bringing one's attention to the present moment without evaluation. Start with 5 minutes a day and work up to longer periods of time when you feel comfortable. Like working out, it is critical that you are consistent with the practice if you wish to experience, hold up, next page, noticeable results. There is a plethora, plethora, big words. Okay, there's a plethora of information on mindful meditation that you can find with a quick Google search. But below is a small portion of the routine to which I have become accustomed to. Find a quiet spot and sit down in a comfortable position, but not slouched. Keep your eyes open and direct just above the tip of your nose. All right? Allow them to lose focus. Breathe naturally and focus on your breathing. Take the time to notice the sensation in your lungs as they will fill with and release air. Notice the sound of your surroundings, letting them come in and out of focus without evaluating them. Do the same with any physical sensations you might feel. Whether a thought comes in, don't indulge in it or evaluate it. Acknowledge it and let it pass. This practice will significantly calm your mind. Those intrusive thoughts of past, future, or made-up worries will no longer control your thoughts. Instead of drifting off to an exhausting string of anxious, I can't talk. Instead of drifting off in exhaustive string of anxious internal ramblings, you will be able to silence the thoughts almost as soon as they appear. This does not mean you to ignore your thoughts. Any reoccurring thought should be analyzed and dealt with. But once a decision about the thought has been made, one based on reason, it's time to trust yourself and let it go. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, after I film this part, I'm gonna meditate for 5 minutes. The issue with me is like meditating, like where I'm just there, just taking it all in, and like you're like supposed to be just focusing on your breathing in and out in your lungs, but sometimes like in my head voice, it's like breathe in, breathe out, and do it over and over again. But sometimes there's like a second voice that's just like talking about like the most random shit ever. But I think that's just the main voice losing focus, so I'll keep on that. Law 11. Don't give people permission to hurt you. No one can hurt you without your permission. Words alone are not enough for you to feel insulted, no matter the intention of the offender. For you to feel insulted, you must believe that you have been insulted. Find a rock and insult it, and what have you accomplished? If someone responds to an insult like a rock, what has the abuser gained? However, if the abuser has his victim's weakness to exploit, then his efforts are worth his while. This is why it's important to place value on what no one but yourself can control. If someone succeeds in offending you, know that you have given them the power to do so. Let's say someone says your shirt is ugly. It can be easy to become embarrassed at a comment like that, but why? Are you wearing the shirt for this person or for yourself? What does it matter what they think about a shirt you are wearing? Who is this person to you that their opinion should define your wardrobe or how you feel about it? Let's say someone calls you fat. Sorry. Well, are you fat? If you are, why are you offended for something that's true? If it's not, why are you offended over something that's obviously false? If the person's intent is to hurt you, why are you hanging out with them? If the person is a stranger, why do you care about someone you don't know has to say about you? You meet a shitload of people in your lifetime, and most of them will have a different opinion about you, good and bad. You cannot control one person's opinion, let alone everyone's. How tiresome is it to be concerned with how others see you just to be concerned with how you see you? Damn. Yeah, that's also been a major thing. It's crazy because I think those kind of developments happened high school. Like for me, grade 8 and in the past, grade 8 and prior, I surely did not care what I was dressed like or how I was talking. I mean, I was shy to girls, but like that can fall for that. But like for me back then, like I was wearing a blazer, gym shorts, and like. But when high school started and I started going on my phone, I started going more on social media, I definitely fell into that trap where I would literally care about what people said and talked about me. And even now, I mean, I still kind of care, but I'm trying to let go of that because obviously that's why I'm posting now. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was always scared to post on my Instagram story, like saying like, hey guys, I posted a video, or I'll be like, hey guys, I'm streaming now, come join in, on my main Instagram account, because on my main Instagram account, it's the people I actually know in real life. And it's not like, oh, I see them one day and they're gone. Like, it's like people I'll keep seeing in my life, you know what I mean? So from there, I was kind of embarrassed and like shy, but from now, I'm really trying to branch out that shell because what is there else to lose, right? Like, I'm 22, might as well try. And if some people think that the thing I'm doing is corny, or like I'm corny, or you know what I'm saying, like, it's what it is, bro. All right, law 12. Live in line with nature. If you shape your life according to nature, you will never be poor. If according to people's opinions, you will never be rich. You see, natural desires are limited, but those with which, bro, I need to slow down and talk. but those which spring from false opinions have nowhere to stop. So eat until you're full, find good quality clothes to protect your body, and find a safe and comfortable spot to rest your head and call your home. But be careful not to go beyond the needs that nature has set. A roof made of woods and shingles protects one from elements just as well as a roof made of gold. The difference is that the man who builds a roof to keep dry is satisfied when his roof works as intended, whereas the man who needs a base on opinion is not satisfied with his roof, does the job of a roof. He needs more for the sake of more, for the sake of extravagance, for the sake of status. There is no limit to his thirst. It is similar to all aspects of his life. He is not satisfied when his shoe does the job of a shoe, when his wife fills the role of a wife. He remains agitated and unfulfilled. I think this chapter really indicates being grateful for what you have and being like materialistic. Now, I have no problem with people that are materialistic, but it gets to a certain point when it's like you really got to re-up and refocus on your life, right? Because it's like materials, they come and go, and it's like, for example, let's say someone, oh, I love Jordans, I want to get Jordans. They get the latest pair of Jordans, they're so happy. Guess what? A few months later, boom, new pair of Jordans that comes out. And it's like, it's just it's a cycle of just being like thirsty and just a cycle of being ungrateful. Like, and don't get me wrong, like if you have the money and like you just want to buy the shoe because you're like a collector, that's all cool. But in the day, you gotta be wise when it comes to being materialistic and having that thirst of like, oh, I want more, oh, I want more. That's a good mindset to have, but it gets to the point where if you do it too much, you might lose everything, you know? All right, chapter 13. Happiness should not be the goal, bruh. Never let happiness be your goal. For happiness is not constant. Like anger, sadness, and every other human emotion, happiness comes in small, unsustainable bursts. People who make happiness the goal of their life efforts are left disappointed and exhausted. Disappointed when the source of their happiness loses its allure, and exhausted by the search to find the next thing they can latch onto in an effort to fill the void they have created. Instead, let contentedness be your goal. Be so content with your life and with living in the moment that you have no thoughts of happiness. When happiness does come, enjoy it, but enjoy it with the understanding that it is temporary, and understand that this characteristic of non-permanence is added part of its beauty, just as one's life is made that much more precious by their morality. I guess this is more of like, to me, how I interpret this chapter. It's more like understanding that chasing it, well, the stutter is real. I'm not even gonna edit it out because like, just side part from this chapter. The reason why I read out these chapters when I could just read it like in my own time is because I want to also improve my talking, because I be stuttering a lot. And yeah. Anyways, this chapter, Law 13, I think it heavily reflects the fact that chasing emotions is never a good thing, because emotions always come and go. And yeah, it's like you have to be content with what you have. And when it comes to chasing an emotion or feeling an emotion, just know that at the moment, you're feeling that emotion, but then after that, it's gonna go by, right? So, all right, the 10th page for today, Law 14. Be mindful of what you value. What you value leads to how you measure your worth. Value things like expensive jewelry, fast cars, designer clothing, and status, and you will inevitably measure your worth by the very same things. The problem with valuing such things is that they don't truly belong to you. You are not your jewelry entrusted watch. You are not the car or the money in your bank account, all of which can be taken in the blink of an eye. Value yourself on the content of your character, something no one can take, which is truly your own, and you will have all the value you could desire. Similarly, if your worth is based on money, cars, power, and status, you will value others by the same criteria. However, the price of someone's cars tells you a little about the content of that person's character. You will be fooled again and again if you trust or take interest in a person based on what they have and not who they are. All right, that definitely speaks volumes because I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think that's low key like the dating life, right? Like dating life today, kind of, because like some people they kind of just go it off looks, what they have, and when it comes to actually getting to know the person, I guess that's when like problems occur. But for me, when it comes to values, I am having a hard time because obviously I value my friends, my loved ones, my family, etc., etc. But it's like in the back of my mind, I also value like money because like you really can't I would say money is pretty important in this world, in this economy, but it's not everything. But I definitely think that money is definitely important. So that's why like in the back of my head, I'm always thinking about making money or thinking of saving or blah blah blah. But yeah, that was the 10 pages of today, the 44 laws of peace. And that concludes the 10 pages. Now, gonna be working out today. Indoor workout, we're doing chest and some shoulders. And then the outdoor workout, we're gonna be playing some basketball, some filet. And then, for lunch and dinner, I'm gonna be taking pictures of all that, drinking lots of water. And yeah, thank you guys for watching the reading section of this video. On to the workouts. Ha! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the workout. A little flexing. Okay, Prague. But before we do a little chest and shoulders, gotta do a little stretching, getting my shoulders right. Obviously, this isn't the best. This was done pretty quickly. I should be taking a lot more time to stretch, but gotta make sure the shoulders are proper, making sure that everything is all functioning. There's no pain. And let's get this workout started. So for the first workout, we're actually starting off with dumbbell press. Now, like I mentioned in the last video episode, I don't have another adjustable dumbbell, so it's kind of awkward just doing it with one. But this is how I've been doing for a minute. I actually have a muscle imbalance for my chest. I mean, obviously, we both know that my left arm is weaker, but unironically, my left chest is actually bigger than my right chest. So in this video, I'm starting off with my right and then my left because my left can pump out more reps. I'm not sure why, but I guess so. The very next workout after this is the incline dumbbell press. Same thing, starting off with the right arm. If you guys check or peep the bed, there is a notebook there, and I have been noting down the workouts I'd be doing. And you also see my phone doing an edit, like it was playing like a Yeet edit, I think. So I just okay. But here, pushing hard. Next workout or next, yep, dumbbell lateral raises. I start off with my left because my left arm is smaller than my right, so I gotta work on my shoulder. Usually, so in this video, I'm only showing you guys one set. It's actually two sets that I do, but just for the sake of making the video short, because the part that I read is long already. I only do one set. Okay, Prague. Okay. Okay. Hey. Okay. And for the last workout, we have dumbbell shoulder presses. Trying to make sure that I isolate the shoulder, not trying to, overextend or trying to, I think I need to work more on my form, but that's for the next video. But that's the end of today's workout. It's pretty short. This is just a picture of me after the workout. This is after a pump, so I may look a little bit bigger here, and my shoulders may look a little more prominent. But anyways, today was a successful day, and let's get on to the eats, what I had today, and the basketball workout. Ugh. For lunch, what we have here, we got some leftover greens from last night. There was a little bowl of some pork and some beans, where I had that. Have some rice, a little bit of carbs, you know what I'm saying, and then 2 eggs on the pan. And you're wondering, Prague, how are you gonna combine this? Ta-da! Boom. Just like you put the egg on top of the dry ass rice. So when you pierce the egg, all of the goo comes down and moisturizes the rice, and it just all flows together with the greens and the pork. Oh my God, I'm actually Gordon Ramsay. But that's what I had for lunch today, and let's head on to the basketball workout finishing edition. Okay, so for the finishing edition, we got right hand layups, underhand only, 10 in a row. As y'all can see, I sped it up here because I'm not gonna lie, it took actually quite a while. Yo, I'm not even gonna lie, yo, the weather was so hot, I was actually dying. And like every time I didn't get 10 exactly, like in a row, I'll take like a minute break. It's just pretty long. But boom, 10 in a row with the right hand, some light for me. Left hand, my left hand is weaker than my right, and overall, when I actually play basketball, my left hand is kind of not really present. I'm gonna be honest. So working on my left is actually pretty good. Here, I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie, I did this first try. First try, okay, I don't know about that one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But first try, left hand layups, pretty light for me. You know what I'm saying? Some light for me. Next drill, we got overhand layups. Over the head. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. If y'all can see, like, I, I, it got, I'm like traveling, and like, I'm like, bro, I'm tired, bro. I don't know how these NBA players do, bro. I was gassed after like the first 10, bro. Because I was like sprinting back, bro. Man, I was done. But what I'm saying? Nice little 10 in a row. Hey, all right. And then we do it with the left. Yeah, the sun was beaming. It was like 5:40, 5:50. I should honestly do it later, but my friend Cyrus had his like last party, so had to attend that. So did this earlier. But left hand layups not too bad, not too shabby. There's some points where I use my right foot up with my left hand, or my left foot with, I don't know. It is what it is. But next workout we got Kyrie's, what I'm saying, backboards, something light for me. Left hand, what I'm saying, it's a little reverse. Do it with the right hand as well. Overall, I'm just trying to get better at finishing, but you know, something light for me. TBH. Next one we got some little floaters. This was actually really easy. I think I did it like first try or second try, but as y'all can see, like by the weather, it's getting darker, it's getting later. And let me just tell y'all, yo, for my left hand, I have to stand this closer because bro, I was missing for like half an hour and it started to rain. You know what I'm saying? So it was tough for me. And then we ended off with a little shot making, a little close one, a little mini, and then a big three to end it off. Boom! So for dinner, if you guys didn't hear earlier, I went to my boy Cyrus's house to his last party. He's actually going to America for a few years, so last little get together. But we were having some food. Your boy was trying to eat healthy, so I ordered some food from Chicken Fiesta, I think. In you guys' screen, on the left side, we got 5 pieces of grilled chicken with some, I think it's like a mild gravy. Honestly, next time I order from the store, I'm gonna make sure that they don't add gravy because I'm not gonna lie, I was not a fan of the gravy. And on the right side, we just have like 5 small potatoes. I would say good macros. The only bad thing would probably be the gravy, but other than that, the chicken was grilled, so it was high protein. The photo of the day. So this is me coming back from my friend's house, aka Cyrus. Stomach a little bloated, I ain't gonna lie, but feeling overall good. I'm good. I didn't fall into the temptations. I'm not gonna lie, bro. They got like no cap wings. They got pizza, and then they were getting like the Biscoff McFlurry, bro. I was whew. But I'm glad that I was able to control myself. And overall, day 2 is complete. Thank you guys for watching. Watch out for day 3. And on my other channel, Parag the Frog, I do be streaming League there. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and over there and drop a subscription. But I'll see you guys on the next video, aka tomorrow. Peace out, and thank you guys for watching. I love you.